how you doing, gang? Finally got my act together. Finally got my shit together. And, anyway, kind of tired. It was a long day, a lot of programming, a lot of cramming before tomorrow's celebration. So, yeah, looks like my timers have decided to finally kick in. Let's see. All right. Let me... sorry. There we go. Queue is now open. All right. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and just start getting set up. Got some lovely music playing. Start off like I normally do. Just getting kind of warmed up. If I look kind of draggy, it's because I feel kind of draggy. I think of going through my cycle. And, but I'll perk up. Woohoo, the Pooh Bear's here. Good to see you, good to see you. Yeah, I'm going to need to replace those meanings because, man, they are antiquated. That's the original meaning from Rider-Waite. You had a date. Far out. I hope it went well. I got some new spreads that I'm playing with. I am doing readings, yes I am. Just kind of getting started here. If you are up for a reading, you can type !join, and that'll put you in the queue. You can also type join queue, and that'll put you in there also. Both words will work. Yeah. There we go. That puts you in. I will give you a reading just a minute. Let me get all settled and properly shuffled. But what are you in the mood for? What kind of reading are you looking for? You want a love reading? You up for just kind of understanding where you're going in life? Maybe how your career's going? Just go ahead and type it in, and I'll do a reading for you. That is true, Le Pooh Bear. You always impress the mama. You say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Bring her a gift if you can. Encourage the mother to show baby pictures of the girl. And then laugh with the mother as you giggle over the baby pictures. Ooh, okay. Well, that's pretty good. That's good. So we got some dream interpretation. You know what? I've got a good card for that. It's a nostalgia card. It's about remembering things from your past for a period that was a lot happier. And that's what this card is. So, Six of Cups. It's about emotion, compassion. Let me just bring that up for you. There you go. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to give these cards a really good shuffle. So yeah, Lapu, if you can strike that personal relationship with the mama, that'll go a long way. Let the mama know that you're not just into the daughter, but you will respect the daughter. And laughing never hurts. Let them know that you're full of mirth. Cool. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Almost done with the shuffling. Just since you're the first read of the night. Ooh, piano. They like a musician, especially when he plays piano. If you can play songs from their childhood, oh yeah. If you were to impress me, you'd have to play Hootie and the Blowfish. Yeah. That'll just melt my heart. A little bit of Hold My Hand. Only want to be with you. All right, peace and harmony. I think we're ready. Let's talk about that dream. Okay, we're going to do a good Celtic cross spread here for our first introduction. Okay, that makes sense. All right, we have got the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is reversed. This covers you. This is our first card. It's our current situation. Got the influences and stuff. Ten of Swords is kind of a rough card. It can be everything from pain and sadness and loss to violence, but when it's reversed, it refers to an act that has since passed, and you are either at your lowest point, or it implies that you are in the relief or in the recovery stage. So you can't get lower. Basically, this would mirror kind of what you're going through. That the event is past, and you're evaluating your direction after that. Hey, Poutine, good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So this crosses you, all right? And it's in reversed. So we've got the Magician reversed. Now the Magician usually is a powerful person, has a lot of talents, uses all the different elements of the cards at their disposal. So they tend to be very magnetic and can accomplish a lot and get a lot of people to follow them. When it's reversed, it can mean a couple things. It can mean things are falling apart. It also could be using those talents for ill. So you get all these talents. Oh, cool, no problem. You get all these talents, and you're using them selfishly for your own enrichment, or you're just being a con man. In this position, this crosses you. So this is an obstacle that you're going to have to address, or a challenge. Whatever it is, you must address it, get past it, overcome it. So something is falling apart. And so far, with just the first two cards, what we're looking at is there was an event recently that has sort of got you unmoored. You're not as grounded as you were, and you're trying to make sense of things right now. But this is early in the reading, so we'll come back to these cards, see if we can do some pairings, okay? This is above you. What this means is this may come to pass. You're kind of heading in this direction, though. And that is the Four of Wands. Usually, I mean, it's about harmony, community, completion. Now, another reading for this, especially in this position, since you're heading toward this, and this kind of is a good pairing for these cards right here, is when, even though this right side up would be about harmony at home and peace, I have found that when it's reversed, it's very much about there's an undercurrent of either tension or worry. You can't put your finger on it. You're not sure what it is. There's sort of a static in the air. Like, not that you're walking on eggshells, but you're expecting the shoe to drop. Things aren't going too bad for you, but you have a general feeling that something's not right. We do have a lot of reversals on this, so you are going through some emotional turmoil. This is below you. It's our foundation, the root of your question. And this is judgment, and it's reversed. Normally, judgment is about an outcome, change, moving to another phase of your life. One phase ends, another phase begins. In this position, it means an accounting of oneself. All of your deeds, all of your choices have come together and represent kind of what you're going through now. So it's almost like a reckoning. Something's going on in your life right now that I won't say is the sum total of your choices, but it represents something in your life that where you go from now is dependent on your past actions. Usually that can mean anything from a university, college, graduating, awards, or job, getting a promotion, something along that nature. Let me get some more cards. I may come back to this one. Okay. This is behind you. You just left this, all right? And it is the Eight of Wands. This is about a forward motion. Something good happened, or an eventful event? No, that's stupid, sorry. Something eventful happened. Typically with the Eight of Wands, has to do with a job, enterprise, project, or just good news or news that wasn't bad has arrived. So it does represent, it can represent you've gotten a job, or you were offered a new job, or it can also represent an unexpected change, but is good. A lot of times, these are things that you've been wanting and waiting for, and then you get the news. Hey, Walter, it's good to see you. I'm not feeling too well, Levi, but I'll hang out as much as I can for you, because we do want to kill you. All right, this is the Hanged Man. This is right in front of you. And it is reversed. Okay, you're heading into this, all right? Whereas this just happened, this is about to happen, or it's happening today. Yeah, come on in. Join that queue, wackadoo. The Hanged Man's reversed. Now, normally the Hanged Man represents sacrifice, trials, to gain wisdom. When it's reversed, it's either it could be anything from going along with the crowd, putting on appearances of being helpful or going through a trial, hence the selfishness. Something's about to happen where your actions may reflect upon you poorly. Whether it be you do something for the wrong reason, or maybe you sort of violate your own moral code. I mean, it's not going to be a big thing because this is directly in front of you. In context to everything so far, if we're dealing with an emotional situation that you're trying to recover from, and then, because this can mean good news or just unexpected news. If you're kind of heading toward waiting for the other shoe to drop, and we're dealing with almost like you're expecting your past to catch up with you. I don't know. Or thinking it would or should. Like you have a real concern about this. Now, as far as your dream about your mother, obviously, if your mother was the kind of person that really taught you right from wrong, and could really make you feel bad just by telling you she was disappointed in you, that perhaps visiting her is a way for you to get some kind of moral clarity, or a little bit of your guilt taking you back to the place, or back to a place in time whereby her approval of you really meant something, and that's why you visited her in your dreams, because you need that approval. All right, this is how you feel about yourself right now. This is the Querent, and it's the Lovers. Either we're dealing with a relationship situation, a partnership, or attraction. If this entire thing has to do with you and another person, this could possibly be this. It could also just deal with the honeymoon period of a relationship. It's when nothing can go wrong, and you shut out everything around you. No one can get in. We've all been there. Start seeing a girl, a guy, and we're just totally just cut off from everything. It's like, oh, I love you so much. You're the best. But this is your environment. It's how people see you. And it's the Ten of Pentacles. Also could be in the environment which you're in right now. It's the difference between perception and reality. This is about estate, family. Riches, not necessarily, not in this position, unless people do see you as being part of a legacy. All right. It does, since this is about home and family, this also has to do with inheritance. Now, that's interesting if we're talking about your mom and her house. Definitely this can connect to her because this is about, sometimes it is about inheritance or the estate, the home, the homestead. These are your hopes and fears. That's actually pretty prescient there, because this is Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups represents illusion. Lots of choices, good and bad. It's a lack of discernment. Basically, you fear, not the unknown, but you fear the inability to cut through this and to see the truth for what it is. Perhaps you're in a situation where there's some duplicitous people, or you're in a situation where you've got a choice that you have to make. And you fear that in order to make that choice, you don't have the information. How can you make a choice if you don't have all the information? So this is the final. All right. The outcome, it is the Two of Wands. Now, this is usually about planning. It's right side up is positive. It's about planning. Could be dual outcomes. But here's the thing. It's kind of like this. The Ten of Swords reversed, which is you're evaluating. You'll come out of this making your choice, making your plans. There is an implication that you are waiting for someone to join you in this life quest to conquer the world and make your mark upon it. So you will be able to get through this. I think that's fine. I think you're going to be fine there. There is a duplicitous event that has happened. Is this about a relationship? That perhaps relationship hinges on past behavior. And you're not sure if it's going to survive. I don't know. But anyway, that's what it says right now. So, our first reading, you can come back over, I do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, mostly, if I can get my shit together. And we'll do more readings. I get to know you more, get more in tune. And we can figure it out. So thanks for joining me. LaPoo! Somebody went on a date. Appreciate that. Thank you much. Thank you for the follow, too. Yeah, I appreciate that, too. So, LaPoo, you want to do a reading about a future date? I don't know. I typically think that once you're starting on a date, you already get an idea of what kind of relationship it's probably going to be. I think we should do a reading on self-improvement. Although there's quite the age difference, but I like her a lot. I hope it's not like, she's 17 and you're much older. Unless you're dating a cougar. Wow. I've done that before. Ain't nothing wrong with that. She can teach you a thing or two. That's a damn truth. You want me to do the deep dive love reading? Because that's cool. We can do that. All right. I like this one. Ace of Cups. New relationships. Love, joy, compassion, content. Mint. I really should have put mint on the end there. All right. Future love. All right, let's get some good shuffle action going. What you guys got planned for 4th of July? I'm just going to lunch with my brother. I'm going to come back and barbecue with the missus. Rehabilitate the grill first. Haven't used it in about 5 years. I hope there's no like raccoons living in it. We've kept it covered up, so hopefully it's not rusted all the way through. Got the elements off of it, but sometimes, you know, raccoons, they got hands, they practically got thumbs. They can lift up that tarp, get under there, open doors, make a little apartment. We would have never known. Hell, they could have had 8 generations of babies in there. Ooh. There's a video on YouTube of a guy going to his grill with the spatula, and he opens up the drawer. It's filled with a possum, and the possum babies go. So he just opens it, and then he just shuts it. Because, you know, what are you going to do, man? They're possums. Possums are cool. They make pretty good pets. They are not likely to carry rabies like people think. Raccoons will carry rabies. Most possums will not. And once a possum likes you, you can be a pretty good friend. Problem is that they just look so freaky. Not like the Australian possums. Those Australian possums look like a little Disney character. All right, I think I've shuffled this enough. Okay, here we go. We're going to do a deep dive. Here's your readiness for this relationship. All right, you're anxious, excited, dreading, fearful, scared out of your fucking mind. Here we go. Ooh, interesting. Okay, we got the Fool, and it's reversed. What does that mean? Well, I'll tell you what it means. It means you do feel kind of reckless. You do feel like you're on the edge. You are doing something cool. You're dating a much older person. That's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Love is love is love. Is sex. Hot monkey loving. Whatever. Perhaps people are like, I got to rebound. You want to get freaky now that you're free. Whatever. Fuck them. Nah. This is about your readiness. And I think it has to do with Yeah, just being a little reckless, which in your situation, you're totally, totally cool. All right? It's all right. All right, this next one is your match. This will be her, okay? What kind of characteristics does she have? Ooh, does she have a little bit of a solitude issue? Is she private? So that is the Hermit. It's reversed. So a little bit of isolation, withdrawal. Maybe she's going through that phase right now, or maybe she's just intensely private. Doesn't let very many people into her life. Could be, don't know. Okay. It could be by choice, that she prefers her own company, other than work, stays at home, works in a garden. She's not very social. Not that she's asocial, but she's pulled herself out of the game, out of the bullshit of life. Just working on her garden. I can see that. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see some more. All right. This is your best approach. It says to meeting her, but you've already met her. So we got the King of Wands here. Okay. Passionate and honest. Well, as a much younger man, you got a lot of energy you gotta exert. She doesn't want a slacker. She's certainly at a stage in life, because she's my age, so she doesn't want a skateboarder dude. She does want someone that's at least moderately got their shit together. So I'm thinking yes. Your best approach to start off this relationship is to show that you are motivated and a go-getter, because that's what she would like to see. She needs to know that you're not a deadbeat. Maybe she's just wants to make sure that you're not gonna do a dirty rotten scoundrel on her. These are the lessons. Oh, hell yeah, it is. That's your lessons. Look at that. Isn't that fucked up? So, Three of Swords. You're, of course, bringing those up. That's heartache, but it's also about... it doesn't always have to mean I got my heart pulled out my ass. That's the lesson I bring forward. The lesson that you learned, of course, is always go for honesty, or shit's going to hit the fan and someone's going to get hurt. So, yeah. You found out the hard way. I think all of us have to do that. I actually had a dream like that the other day. I told my wife about it. It was a ludicrous dream, but it brought me back to a time where I had a fiance 20 some years ago, and she stepped out on me, and I found out about it, and nothing hurts worse. Just hey, good times, good to see you. Come on in. All right. This is going to be the nature of your relationship. Nine of Wands. Defensive and or hesitant, paranoid. Strength and opposition. Normally this is up. Hey, Walters. Come on and join. Everyone, join. It could be if she would be hesitant, it would strictly be because of any past relationships, age difference, just to make sure that, you know, you're not doing the rebound wham bam. The rebound wham bam. So that's okay. It'd be a cautious. Also, the nature of the relationship being defensive or paranoid could also be on your end too, considering the grief that you've had and coming out of it. Of course, you have issues with your perception of yourself, your own self-worth, and so you become mistrustful of someone that expresses an interest in you. You're like, what game are you playing? I don't trust you. No one should like me. I don't like me. I'm an asshole and I know it. See what I mean? It happens. It's going to be your challenge, all right? These the challenges in the relationship. The Tower. Reversed. All right. Same to a lesser degree. The challenge is misery. That's what it is. No, in this context, your challenge is your misery. All right. Make sure that does not overwhelm you and affect the relationship, because chances are very high that will affect the harmony of your relationship. Does not mean that you have to squash everything you learned and experienced, but you have to understand that she isn't her. And that will be a challenge. These are your unseen forces. Aww. What negative forces lurk to drive you apart? That's interesting. That's strength. Let's think about that for a while. Let's talk about that. So laying down with the lion. It's about control and strength. If she's a very strong person, she's private, she has learned to live on her own, so she is comfortable with herself. Kind of like the Nine of Pentacles. She's very comfortable with herself. And this, if this is a hidden danger or unforeseen forces, that inner core, that core, that inner strength that she has can be intimidating to you, especially considering this and this, that you can become very mistrustful of that strength to the point where you believe that you're just going to be another victim of someone that's too strong for you. How is this relationship going to evolve? Well, you have death. Death is about change, rebirth. Always remember that. It does also signify end, yes. Does this mean this relationship will end? Sure, all relationships end at some point, whether it be through death, the breakup, or anything. Doesn't mean it'll end out of the blue. Maybe it could be that it could be till death do you part. How does this evolve? If it's not, till death do you part, know that this card also represents nature. It represents the natural order of things. So that if the relationship ends, it doesn't end badly. It doesn't peter out until you both just kind of forget each other. It means it would end smoothly, calmly, without much fanfare. And then you both go on your ways and you're fine, amicably. Or you grow old together and die in each other's arms like the end of the... I won't say that. Ooh, I won't give it away. I almost spoiled a movie. Oh, this is just the standard. Oh, no, it's not. This is my love spread. Love spread. Sounds kind of nasty. It's a deep dive into love, a relationship kind of thing. No problem, bro. Anytime, anytime. So, all right. So, good thumbs, we're going to do a reading for your team. Did you get a reading on Monday? I'll take this hat off. My God. It's hot in Georgia tonight. It's only about 85. Yeah, I can't remember if you were here on Monday or not. Because I got a new spread, and I'm just trying to decide if that would apply to your team. No, because it's more about healing and stuff. So this is more about like a general about your new team. So why don't we do that? Like that for a competition. It's always a good card for that, for gaming. And we'll do our Celtic Cross. Okay. Let's shuffle the shit out of this. I know that's not very serene. I'm feeling a bit under the weather. My brain is fried from programming all day long. Just like, back in my day, cleaning my console meant taking the cartridge out and blowing the dust. That was a real thing. Didn't really do anything. We just thought it did. You know, like packing cigarettes. I do miss the cartridge days. You had your cartridge rack or cartridge case. Atari 2600 cartridges. Tandy cartridges, those were cool. ColecoVision. Commodore 64 cartridges. I have, if that's the, yes, I have. I was thinking for some reason of the Battlefield trailer, the one where a filmmaker secretly recorded a bunch of people playing the game and cut a cinematic trailer from it. It was pretty crazy. All right, my friend. This covers you, man. All right, let's do it. This is about your team, your new team. Oh, my God. Doing something for the wrong reasons or being stubborn about it. We got, that's the Hanged Man upside down. That's our current situation. Being stubborn, not listening, doing something for the wrong reason, despite what people want. So think about that. We'll come back to that. All right. General happiness. Ten of Cups. Reversed. Trouble at home. Storm clouds. All right. Well, that is something you're going to have to deal with because this was would be about your community that you're going to have to deal with because it was your family, happy family. Then they're not happy. And you will have to deal with that strife. Your current situation right now is, doing something and people objecting. This is above you. You're heading this way. It may come to pass. We got the Knave of Wands and he's reversed. So, has to do with project setbacks. This is bored and distracted or directionless. It could be that you'll join this team and it'd be like, yeah, I don't know. Doesn't seem to be working out. Like you thought it was going to be cool and it just kind of like fizzles. Kind of, maybe it fizzles around you. The whole thing. Like this new team is not very serious. Not as serious as you thought. Because here's the foundation of the whole thing. Okay. Skill, headstrong, haste. It could be that the haste talks about leaving the group or jumping the ship or moving forward with this idea despite what people think was appropriate for you. So could be. This is behind you, guilt and regret. So this does weigh on you. Because when you have the restlessness. The restlessness on this is You're kind of bored with where you're at, hence the haste. Like perhaps you're like, I'm going to go to a better situation. You got ants in your pants. Possibly you may get there and be like, these guys are lame. You're about to listen to counsel. Think of things from a different perspective. Maybe revisit some things. Because it's a 7 of Swords. And it says easily surrenders. I need to fix that spelling. Jesus, look at that. I can spell. Sometimes it means the need to broaden your horizons. Or stunted. I'm not too sure about how that fits in with this. Looking at things from a different point of view, if you were too hasty to leave because you're restless and wanted to move forward, and you see the fallout from that you're possibly going to take another look and go like, did I really need to leave in order to assuage any hesitation I had about staying with this team? Or is this current team lame? Or fuck them, I'll do what I want because I'm an adult. This is you right now. All right, this is the 10 of Wands. That's how you feel about yourself. It's an unnecessary burden. Also says avoidance. Over commitment. It could be a commitment that was not needed. Basically, it means you've made a choice, you're suffering the consequences of the choice, and you basically brought it upon yourself. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, it's just that without being too detailed, this is telling you that actions that you took willfully are causing stress and a burden upon yourself, and so since it is a unneeded, unnecessary burden that you caused, you have the power to fix it. Hope. Looking for a way out. This is how people see you or the environment you're in. I could see that. You're looking for a way out. An easy solution. Your hopes and dreams, hopes and fears, sorry. It's about a guy, since it's in the Pentacles, working on his thing, working on his job, his way of life, studiously planning, that kind of thing, working hard. And it's reversed. It says idleness and laziness. Not necessarily laziness, but you do fear that you'll get to the point where you don't have the desire to even do what it takes. Maybe that's what this restlessness is all about. Is that you're trying to recapture or capture the thrill of joining a team and playing a game and be like, yeah. Or you at least fear that. Because once that happens, you're like, well, I'm a gamer. That's what I do, man. I love my games. I love my Nintendo Switch and my PS4 and my PC, and I dig it. When it stops being enjoyable and fun. What am I going to do? Vlog? Hike? Crochet? Which is cool. Knitting is cool. There we go. You're going to regret... Sorry. This, we got some crazy ant problem coming in because Georgia. I just had the Terminix guy here too, but there's such a horrible climate going on right now. The ants are coming into the house. So yeah, wouldn't be bad. Their outcome, 9 of Swords. So yeah, this is going to be guilt and regret. Need for perspective. I think you're questioning your decision to move to this new team. And you're going to have to talk to your peeps. But you're going to have to address actually why you feel restless. Why you want out. Because right now, this is telling me that it's not going to satisfy you. It's going to be, And it's not because maybe they're a bad team, maybe they're lame. It could be that it's you currently. Maybe you're going down into a depressive phase right now where things just aren't, interesting you. I mean, I understand that myself. So yeah. Yeah. I think I jumbled these cards up. Dang it. Okay. All right, cool. You may just find that you can easily face it. I mean, it's kind of, if you come back and you're like, I'll play with you, and they're like, fuck you, who are you? We don't know you. We don't know you. Never underestimate the importance of a really good, heartfelt apology. If you say to anyone, this is just general life, if you look at anyone and you say, I want to ask for your forgiveness, I want to apologize, that's the least you can do. After that, you've put it in their hands. It is now up to them. It costs you nothing to be humble. All right, well, Walters, let's do a card for you, the general month. For those kinds of readings, I like to do the Wheel of Fortune. You got a good thumbs. I think you'll be fine. The fact that you care means you're not a sociopath. And that's good. Being a sociopath is bad. Our president's a sociopath. I think I missed it again. Dang it. I am not not paying attention tonight. It's like my timers decided to all of a sudden start working. Getting kind of angry at my bot software. Hasn't done timers in 2 weeks, and now all of a sudden, after a spontaneous reboot because of a thunderstorm, now all of a sudden it's working. There we go. All right. Walters, let's see what your month of July is going to be. Let's clear the board, my friend. I think I'm suffering side effects of my new medication. It's a little bit, feeling a little bit foggy. I mean, it could be the THC, but I haven't smoked any in 24 hours. I do have a little dizziness when I stand up. And that's one of the main side effects of Wellbutrin. I just need to push through. When I started Lexapro, it was like that. Like for a few days, I couldn't even drive. I went out, turned right back around, and came home because I had like crazy vertigo. The G-forces of the car, whenever I would make a turn, my body would still go in the same direction when I was turning. I just was like, ooh. Yeah, just terrible. When your equilibrium is all fucked up by these meds, man. You mistrust your ability to walk down a hallway or stairs. So, if I fall out of the chair, hang on, make sure I get back up, make sure it's not a heart attack, and you'll see me climbing back up. And that's that. If I start clutching my chest, someone call 911. All right. All right, Walters. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm having a side effects here. This, we got the 10 of Wands. All right, and we got an undue burden that you're going through now. Could be that you just overcommitted yourself to too many projects. Your choice, that's fine. That's your current situation right now. You got a lot of spoons and a lot of pots. Oh, okay. That's easier to walk back from, because you can easily say to your old friends, oh, there's just a pickup, you know? Just a pickup game. I wasn't joining the team. You know, that's a little bit easier to come back from. This crosses you, it's right side up. So you got the 4 cups. Now, 4 cups is about apathy and disillusionment, contemplation. Those very, very things in rejection. You're going to have to address this, all right? Wait a minute. Hold on. There we go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry about that one, bro. This is about a lot of choices that are offered to you and you're rejecting them for one reason or another. It could also be that you're not satisfied with lots of things. So you're going, I don't know. Some people call it wishy-washy. Some people call it discerning. What is it for you? I don't know. So you're going to have to address this at some point. It's not the end, but it's right there. Yeah, I agree. Good thumbs. Oh, you're heading in this direction, Walters. It's above you what may come to pass. It's the Queen of Swords. She's awesome. She's a no bullshit kind of woman. She knows herself. She knows you. She knows the truth. She's unafraid to speak the truth. So this card says you're either going to seek the counsel of a friend that will tell you the truth, or you're headed toward the state of radical honesty with yourself, of clear thinking, being in a position to see things for what they are, non-judgmental. What that has to do with the month of July, I have no idea. It could be that through your overcommitment and discernment that you do come to a conclusion. And maybe that truth is some of the things that you're committing to, why you're committing to them, why you're busy. Some of these maybe you can drop because you understand something better. So we'll keep an eye on that. So far, we're getting all uprights, except for that one. All right. This is below you. It's a Ten of Pentacles. Pen of Tentacles. Family inheritance, or this is about your home, your estate, the thing that you're working for, that you want to be able to pass down. Or it could just be about your family's home and your crest. This is the foundation of everything. The root could be subconscious of why you're doing everything, what reasons you're doing them for. This is behind you. We're getting a lot of the same cards, and I did shuffle the shit out of these. So this is the Four of Wands. Success and completion, community. Kind of similar to this. Even though it's reversed, it's the same. Though, like I said before, it also could mean that there's some kind of undercurrent. Things are okay, but there's an unspoken electricity. Something could happen. Maybe you just went to where you were with the family right here, and there's an issue, a topic that you don't talk about, and it's like, people don't even talk about not talking about it. It's like when I go to my mother-in-law's and we don't talk about the fact that I'm a flaming liberal and she is like hardcore Trumper. We just don't talk about it because you can't choose your mother-in-law. And it just makes Thanksgiving a lot easier. All right. This is in front of you, and that is Temperance. You're going to slow things down. This card is not mutually exclusive. It's not binary, this or this. You are going to slow things down. Take a more balanced approach to life. Not going to be so chaotic. So look to that. Look to shed a few of your overcommitments. This is you right now. You feel like you're losing control. Yet again, I'm getting the Magician reversed. Some cards just come to the front regardless of how many times I shuffle. That's one of them. The Magician, basically losing control. You got power at your fingertips. You are a talented person, but because you're splitting yourself across too many things, you run the risk of losing control of it all, which is why you're going to apply some moderation to your life. So, here is that imbalance right here. This is how people see you or the environment you're in. It's a Two of Pentacles reversed. So, financial disarray could be that there was an end of a partnership, or there's just a lot of pressure and you're juggling balls. Juggling your balls. Or someone else's. You know, live your truth, man. All right. Here we go. And this is King of Pentacles reversed. It's a hopes and dreams, fears. I am foggy tonight. I apologize. I don't know if you fear that you may be too domineering, untrustworthy. If it's related to this thing that shall not be named, or if you got your hands in a lot of pies and some of these are things that you are in control of, that you're running the show, if you fear that you're kind of running it too roughly for people and running them the wrong way, okay. Here's the thing. You're going to get some moderation, but you're not quite going to achieve the temperance that you need. Not as it says right now. The Eight of Cups reversed. Normally this is about being able to walk away, step away, abandon, go to the next place in life. You've made that choice. You've gained a perspective, but it's upside down. So there's this aimlessness where this is clinging to the past, aimlessness. No, there's a lack of direction. So sometimes when you overcommit yourself, when you're doing a lot of things, you get frustrated and angry because now you've locked yourself in that prevents you from moving forward at all. So then you realize I'm working just so I can go home and eat and sleep. That's not living. That sucks. You know? So you're going to seek to moderate it, but at least until the end of June, you're still going to feel that, and you're gonna have to come to terms with what in your life needs needs either more moderation or more perspective as you try to get things back in balance so that you're not juggling so many balls, or pentacles in this case. Because you do feel like you're losing control of it all. Yeah, I understand that. So, it's not going to be a bad month, and you may even find relief because you will, make some changes. But it may take longer than the month of July to get true balance back to your life. The challenge is, of course, is pushing through. That's always the challenge. Just know that the next day you'll be able to push through. And sometimes you just gotta have a whiskey and Coke, Unless you're an alcoholic, then maybe smoke a blunt. And if that's not your thing, Dunkin' Donuts. Greatest coffee in the world. Get a chocolate cake donut. Let the endorphins do their thing. You're welcome. You are welcome. You are very, very welcome. I am going to have to wrap it up myself because I am just not feeling good. I think this medicine is really, really, really affecting me because I am not able to concentrate. I mean, I'm on the second week of this Wellbutrin, and I think what it is I just got to push through. You got it. Everyone have a great 4th. Please go and have fun and barbecue. And if you're not from this country, enjoy your time with your family and play some video games. I'm going to hang up and make myself a whiskey. Probably not because that interacts with the meds. Anyway, take care, guys.